Hey everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope you're all doing well. Had a great 4th of July and are now basking in this glorious Texas heat. I want to talk a little bit about, I caught an sort of headline on Twitter or whatever, somewhere about the number of starts that are coming for multifamily and under development in the greater Austin area. And I thought it was pretty interesting. And so I wanted to take a sort of closer look at it because I didn't at the time read the article, but I've sort of dug into it since then. And it is fascinating. We have, according to some reports, up to 42,000 units in the metro Austin area under development, at least, at some stage of development. Not totally sure where those are. Which is a lot. Right? It's a lot of units that are planned, at least in the initial planning stages, for the greater metro area. And that's after last year. I think they had about 12,000 units delivered. Now, those 42,000 aren't all planned for this year. They are planned for sort of going forward. And I think the Austin Apartment Association they expect about 20,000 units this year, which would still be an astronomical number, a record for the area. So basically the bottom line is there's a lot of units under development in the greater Austin area. What does that mean? Well, we're still getting, you know, I think the last few years we've averaged about 33,000 new residents, 90 residents a day coming to the area. So that's obviously very good. And so there's still a lot of growth. Companies and people are still coming here, a lot of them. But maybe not 42,000 new units to take up all 42,000 of those new units. In fact, in the last year, I think we found multifamily rents have decreased about 3.4%. And occupancy across the board is down to 93%, which isn't horrible, but it's, not obviously if you run a multifamily portfolio, you'd like it above 93%. So what are we seeing? We're seeing lots of units being built and rents being driven down to keep the occupancy up. Look, we represent a lot of multifamily developers. I am a multifamily investor myself, so it's important. Obviously, rent growth is important for us. But I've also written a lot about the sort of affordability of Austin and where we're at, and we're not in a good place. And I've advocated that the way to curtail or to bring affordability more in line with what people can afford is to build more units, and that's exactly what's happening. We're building more units, and rents are coming down. So I know it's not always the best news for the developers, but in the long run, it's going to make Austin a healthier and more affordable city, and that's something we can all, in the long run, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this article. Please subscribe to our blog and our newsletter and our podcast. We have new episodes out of the podcast. Otherwise, have a great week.